Edward Hayes was a man like many others, hardworking, responsible, but always waiting. Waiting for the right moment, the perfect time to chase his dreams. He worked in a large factory, operating machines from dawn to dusk. It was secure, it paid the bills, but it was not the life he had imagined for himself. Edward had a passion, woodworking. As a young man, he had watched his father craft beautiful furniture with his hands. He had dreamt of having his own little workshop one day, creating tables, chairs, and cabinets that would carry his name for generations. But every year, he told himself, not now. I'll start next year when things are more stable. But the years didn't wait. Life brought responsibilities, bills, and endless routines. The dream was pushed further and further back. One evening, after another exhausting shift, Edward visited his aging father. They sat together quietly, drinking tea. His father looked at him and said softly, "Son, I always thought I had time too. I planned to travel after retirement, to see places I only read about. But my knees gave out before my plans could begin. Now, all I have are photographs of places I never saw." He paused. "Don't wait like I did. Time slips away faster than you think." Those words stayed with Edward. A few months later, his father passed away. Edward inherited his old tools, the same ones he had watched his father use as a boy. Holding them, he felt a surge of emotion. He realized that all those next years he had been waiting for might never come. That night, Edward went into the small shed behind his house. He picked up a block of wood and began carving. His hands were rusty, his movements slow, but for the first time in years, he felt truly alive. He started spending his evenings and weekends crafting furniture, first for friends, then for neighbors. Slowly, word spread. People admired not just his work but the heart he put into every piece. A year later, Edward took a leap. He left his factory job and opened Hayes Handcrafted Furniture. The first chair he made still sat in the corner of his shop, imperfect, but a symbol of the day he stopped waiting. Whenever a young customer admired his work and asked, "How did you know it was the right time to start?" Edward would smile and say, "I didn't. I just realized that the wrong time is always later." Don't waste your time. Start now. Because Edward had learned the hardest truth: time is the one thing you can never earn back.